Our next speaker is Finch. Is a member of Sustainable Living Armidale and New England Wind.
Thanks, Jarrett. People in this community are yearning for a way to act on climate change and make their contributions to a carbon-responsible country. Sustainable Living Armidale Incorporated is a fast-growing 4-year-old. Our group is just one of this community's responses to peak oil and climate change. We have over 450 subscribers, a strong and popular program of monthly forums that draws in new and different faces each month. We have advocacy and action groups in areas such as energy, local food, and we're really happy to be the local organisational host for the 100% campaign, particularly such an energetic campaign led by Jarrah and Hadley, who I think have done a great job on organising this forum. Yeah, good on you. A couple of years ago, councils and lots of local people were engaged in developing a sustainability strategy for New England, which highlighted moving towards renewables as a major issue that they identified. You've probably also now heard about the proposal for a community wind farm, community-owned wind farm in New England. Some 1,300 people have been engaged with this, either by completing a survey or attending open community forums around the region, in all the main towns of the region. And what most impressed me, and I was at all those forums, was the way people accept that we do need to do things differently. We do need governments to support the changes made necessary by carbon pollution, and the community is prepared to take some initiative and put their own money in. People are on the move. We know we have to deal with climate change and resource depletion. Each time a government has proposed some help in this area, people have put their hands up and the take-up has been overwhelming. But governments, both state and federal, that come up with a scheme here and a scheme there are just not dealing with the connections between carbon emissions, energy generation, energy efficiency, mining, and the development of renewables. It's highly significant that households that can afford to have gone in for rooftop solar, both water and PV, in a big way around here, including some before the rebates and before the higher feed-in tariffs. These individual decisions have already made a difference. A New South Wales electricity distribution company acknowledged that parts of the grid would have gone down last summer without the input from household panels on those very hot days when everybody turned their air conditioners up. So we want the government to take a lesson from the people and put some money into securing a sustainable future for the country. In the necessary overhaul of our energy system, there will be a need for financial support for lower-income households. And what is also needed in the general community is support for measures that will reduce demand, insulation, solar hot water systems, incentives for small domestic changes. These will need government assistance for both education and implementation, including to landlords of private housing. This is an appropriate destination for funds as part of a national plan. This campaign is called 100% Renewables, a bit aspirational, you might think. However, a rigorous study was published last June, that shows that with present technology, Australia could supply all its stationary energy needs with 100% renewable energy, zero emissions, in 10 years. There may be no other country in the world that could say that. Who would not want that to happen? I ask, who would not want that to happen? If you're shuffling in your seat, I didn't notice a lot of shuffles, but if you are shuffling in your seat and thinking that's just cloud cuckoo land, consider this. South Australia, at the far end of the grid, was experiencing power cuts as Victorians all switched on their air conditioners. So 7 years ago, the state government in South Australia decided to back renewables, and wind power now provides 19% of the state's power. That's nearly a fifth of all its electricity. So this is not scary. This is not henny penny, the sky's falling in. This is not we'll all be ruined, said Hanrahan. But also, is it always actual electricity we have to have, or is it things like hot showers and cold beer and warm houses? Take hot showers, for example. We can get hot showers by using the sun to heat up our water. Or, another popular way, We can use the ancient heat that the sun gave out millions of years ago, which grew the trees that eventually died and rotted and turned into coal. Then we can dig that up with a lot of damage and pollution and burn it to heat water, to make steam, to power generators, to make electricity, send it all across the country on wires, on pylons, to deliver to sun-drenched houses to heat their water. Observers from another planet would think we were great philosophers. Let's get our best brains and some political will onto this and get a national response. The opportunity is exciting. We are the country that has the best renewable resources. We can do this. Let's go for it.
Thank you very much, Bar. You're a star. Perfect timing. Yes, we have 2 more speakers for you tonight.